just shy of the 48. Bouncing, Allen throws complete.
Most Super Bowl winning teams have that one big-name guy that you totally forgot won a championship ring that year. For example, you probably forgot that Ndamukong Suh won a ring with the 2020 Tampa Bay Buccaneers, or that former All-Pro safety Eric Weddle won it all with the Los Angeles Rams in 2021. Heck, tell your kids that all-time draft bust Blaine Gabbert won rings with the Bucs and Kansas City Chiefs as backups to Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes. Well, it looks like we're bound to see at least one more under-the-radar guy remove his name from the ringless list. And we're not talking about big names like Derrick Henry, Josh Allen, Jared Goff, or Saquon Barkley, but lesser talked about names that everybody recognizes. So with that, how about we dive into 10 NFL players that you totally forgot could win a Super Bowl ring this year.
The contact is made. Warner with that right arm punching it out.
Mitch Trubisky. Here's a truth that you may want to consider. Mitch the Truth Trubisky faces a legitimate shot of winning the Super Bowl. Think about that. From all-time draft bust in Chicago to Super Bowl champion. The haters would have to put that in their pipes and smoke it. As everyone knows, Bears fans must live with the tragic truth. Hey, there's that word again. That one Mr. Trubisky was taken over Patrick Mahomes with the number 2 pick in 2017. After 4 underwhelming seasons in Windy City, Trubisky joined the Buffalo Bills to back up Josh Allen in 2021. He then went on to sign with the Pittsburgh Steelers in 2022 in an attempt to revive his career, but he was outplayed by both Kenny Pickett and Mason Rudolph in Steel City. The Steelers then cut ties with Trubisky after 2 seasons, and he returned to Buffalo in 2024 free agency. Well, Josh Allen is having an MVP-like season as the Bills' starting quarterback. If this is the year that Buffalo ends years of heartbreak and finally gets over the hump in the postseason, then guess what? Mitch Trubisky is what the Bears once thought he'd be. That's right, a Super Bowl winning quarterback. Just not with the Bears, but instead as the Bills' backup QB, Kareem Hunt. 6 years after being cut by the Chiefs during Patrick Mahomes' 2018 MVP season, Hunt was brought back to Kansas City in September following an injury to starting running back Isaiah Pacheco. Hunt, who led the NFL in rushing yards during his 2017 rookie year, spent 5 years with the Cleveland Browns following his release from KC. He was primarily Nick Chubb's understudy, forming a dynamic rushing tandem with the 4-time Pro Bowler. With Pacheco missing most of 2024, Hunt re-emerged as the number 1 running back for the defending Super Bowl champions. With the Chiefs struggling to find consistency in the passing game, you can sure bet that Andy Reid will be leaning on the Pacheco-Hunt tandem aplenty during Kansas City's bid for a three-peat. Hunt once looked like a long-term foundational piece on the Chiefs' offense with Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and Tyreek Hill. After releasing him, Kansas City ran through a long list of different running backs over the next half-decade, from Damian Williams to Clyde Edwards-Helaire to Pacheco. Heck, they even had Le'Veon Bell for a short period. Well, 7 years after taking the NFL by storm, Hunt gets that long-awaited second chance to win a Super Bowl ring. And you know, this may be his last real shot at a title too. Allen Robinson. If you just found out that Allen Robinson is still under contract with an NFL team, we don't really blame you. It's been a long while since we've heard his name. This guy has had one of the most bizarre careers in recent NFL memory. Remember his monster 2015 sophomore season on a hapless Jacksonville Jaguars team when he caught 80 passes for 1,400 yards and 14 touchdowns? Yeah, that would be peak Allen Robinson. He would hit 1K receiving twice more with the Chicago Bears in 2019 and 2020, and then that was it for him. A 1-year stint with the defending Los Angeles Rams amounted to nothing, and a fresh start with the Pittsburgh Steelers in 2023 was even more fruitless. After his release from the Steelers, Robinson signed with the Detroit Lions. A-Rob has hardly seen any playing time for Dan Campbell's squad, and yet he is finally in good position to secure a Super Bowl ring. Detroit is unquestionably the team to beat in the NFC. If they take care of business, all Robinson has to do is retain his roster spot and not get cut between now and Super Bowl 59. And then, guess what? That's right, he'll be awarded a championship ring to put the cherry on top of a roller coaster of a career. Marquise Hollywood Brown. Kansas City signed the former 2019 first-round pick to a 1-year deal in free agency following a meh tenure with the Arizona Cardinals. KC proceeded to use a first-round pick on Xavier Worthy, giving Patrick Mahomes 2 more game-changing weapons to help Travis Kelce and Rashee Rice. Unfortunately, Hollywood was ruled out for most of the 2024 season after requiring shoulder surgery. The Chiefs weren't sure he would play in the regular season, but the initial word was that he would likely return for the playoffs. With Rice requiring season-ending knee surgery, injury and Worthy failing to produce at a consistent level, all we can say is that Kansas City really needs Hollywood for the playoffs. The former Baltimore Raven has been marred by injuries over the first 6 years of his playing career. For all Brown has been through, it would sure be nice to see him win a Super Bowl ring and get healthy for 2025. While we're on that Chiefs topic, a reminder that DeAndre Hopkins would get a ring too if KC completed the three-peat. Imagine someone proposing such a scenario to you a couple of years ago. Brown and Hopkins winning rings together with Mahomes and company. Wild stuff. Harrison Smith. When the veteran safety signed a restructured deal to return to the Minnesota Vikings in 2024, it felt like he had just signed away his last chance to win a Super Bowl. The six-time Pro Bowler could have pursued a ring on a contender. I mean, come on, who really thought the Vikings would be competitive this year after moving on from Kirk Cousins and replacing him with Sam freaking Darnold and unproven rookie JJ McCarthy? Well, I guess the joke was on us. Darnold is currently having a career year and has the Vikings in the running for the NFC's top seed. With Minnesota on their way to the postseason, the six-time Pro Bowl safety gets another crack at a Super Bowl. Smith is still a force in Brian Flores' defense that has propelled Minnesota to the Super Bowl conversation. But at age 35, there's no guarantee that Smith will have another opportunity to win it all after this season. Smith had a close call when his Vikings reached the 2017 NFC Championship game, but the organization has won just a single playoff game ever since. Can Minnesota pull it off and potentially send the future Hall of Famer into retirement with a shiny Super Bowl ring? Stay tuned. Marcus Williams. Hard to believe it's been 7 years since Williams made perhaps the worst rookie mistake in NFL history. You know, when he ducked under Stephon Diggs and let the star wideout complete the Minneapolis Miracle in the 2017 divisional round. Williams vowed to use that missed tackle as motivation. And you know, he did indeed grow into one of the NFL's premier safeties with the New Orleans Saints. But Nola just could never really break through in Drew Brees' final years. With the Saints window now closed, Williams joined the Baltimore Ravens in 2022 free agency on a lucrative 5-year contract. I mean, come on, why not join forces with Lamar Jackson in a team with a wide open window while you're in your prime? The Ravens are on their way to another postseason berth and look as dangerous as anybody else in the AFC, all thanks to a Jackson and Derrick Henry rushing tandem. If Baltimore goes all the way, then Williams will finally have redeemed himself by winning his Super Bowl. Not with New Orleans, mind you, but still, Williams can be at peace of mind for life if he climbs the mountaintop as a Super Bowl champion. And it would be a pretty good end to his story. Tre'Davious White. While we're on the topic of the Ravens, the former Buffalo Bills All-Pro cornerback was cut in the offseason in a cap-saving move. He was then later scooped up by the Los Angeles Rams, who was sent to Baltimore ahead of the trade deadline. All right, you got all that? Good. Moving on. White was once on a Hall of Fame trajectory with 2 Pro Bowl selections and a 2019 First-Team All-Pro honors on his resume before injuries sadly began to pile up in 2021. With his 30th birthday looming, White will likely be out of the NFL sooner rather than later. But you know, it's not too late for him to claim football's ultimate prize. White isn't a superstar anymore, but he and the aforementioned Marcus Williams have a real opportunity here to win a championship ring, which would largely make up for the many unfortunate breaks that they've endured in their careers. Marcus Mariota. Mariota never lived up to expectations after being drafted second overall by the Tennessee Titans in 2015. After starting out pretty sluggish in 2019, he was benched in favor of Ryan Tannehill. And, well, the rest of that is history. Tannehill won Comeback Player of the Year honors after leading the Titans to a surprise AFC Championship game appearance. After cementing himself as Tennessee's starting QB, Tannehill signed an extension as the Titans watched Mariota leave for the Las Vegas Raiders in free agency. Mariota spent a season with the Atlanta Falcons and 1 year with the Philadelphia Eagles before joining the Washington Commanders in 2024 to back up Jaden Daniels, who's having one of the best rookie QB seasons ever. With Washington on their way to a playoff berth, Mariota has a chance of winning a Super Bowl. Dan Quinn has quickly transformed this long-suffering franchise into a winner, and the Daniels-led Commanders have enough talent on both sides of the ball to go on a little run here. And so, if Washington is able to do the unthinkable, Mariota will join Mitch Trubisky as a Super Bowl winning QB who was once regarded as a mega bust. Hey, come on, you can do it, Marcus. Jamal Adams. After his release from the Seattle Seahawks, the former All-Pro safety had to spend a while on the free agent market before signing with the Tennessee Titans in July. The former Seahawk and New York Jet played just 3 games with the Titans before they granted his wish to be released. In December, the former 2017 first-round pick was signed to the Lions practice squad. Now obviously, Adams isn't going to get a whole lot of playing time on Dan Campbell's defense, but a veteran defensive back renowned for his pass rushing abilities at least provided depth on a unit that has been hit hard by the injury bug this year. Adams' prime ended much quicker than expected after posting 9.5 sacks in 2020, a single-season record for a defensive back. His tenure in Seattle ended on a sour note, but what a story it would be if he got to salvage the back half of his career by winning a Super Bowl with the Lions. Hey, just saying, crazier things have happened. Kenny Pickett. If you were to tell us a year ago that Kenny Pickett would be Jalen Hurts' backup in Philadelphia and that Russell Wilson would be enjoying a career renaissance in Pittsburgh, we'd say you're crazy. But hey, life comes at you fast in the NFL. Pickett had an uninspiring rookie and sophomore season in Pittsburgh, and the organization decided that they couldn't wait around any longer. In the offseason, he was traded to the Eagles in a package deal that included a third-round pick going Pittsburgh's way. The Steelers would sign Wilson following his release from the Broncos and acquire Justin Fields from the Bears via trade. While both helped the Steelers re-emerge as a force in the AFC, Pickett has spent his 3rd NFL season holding a clipboard for Hurts and company. And yet, Pickett may never have this good a chance of winning a Super Bowl again. Yeesh, what a world we live in, folks. Saquon Barkley's MVP-like season has helped Philly return to Super Bowl contender status after a miserable end to 2023. After the Lions, the Eagles are the team to beat in the NFC. Not that Pickett really has to do a whole lot, but he has a golden opportunity to win a Super Bowl ring with a Pennsylvania-based football team. Just not as a Steeler, but instead as an Eagle. Just like we all predicted a year ago. But hey, which other big-named NFL players do fans not realize could win a Super Bowl this year? Let us know in the comment section below. If you liked this video and learned a thing or two, then clicking the like button helps out a ton, and we really appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, then subscribing is a great idea, because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.